Hello, everybody. We all Milwaukee's living in Yellow Submarine. How's your day been going? Today, and yes, if you saw my shirt, today is the King of Pop's birthday. Today, because of how old he would have been if he's alive, he would have been 61 years old. Still a young age, very young age. If and Michael Jackson has passed away in June 25th, 2009, which is in the age of 50, which is still a young age, really young age. But if he was 61 to this very day, he would have been a little old, but still pretty young. But if he was like 70 years old, he that will count as being old. But yeah, that's just my opinion. But I just want to get all of my updates about my videos about why am I gonna make my videos in the future, like a couple days later. It's because if you guys and girls probably heard the news that there is a Hurricane Dorian that's coming through the states. I mean, in the states. So I just gotta get prepared for it. So um, yeah, that's all. Don't worry. Whatever happens, I will always love you guys, the viewers. The viewers or the subscribers. I will always love you no matter what. But yeah, um, that's all of that. But Michael Jackson, I already talked about like how much I grew up with Michael Jackson. I already remember that age where he passed away. I remembered, stuff like that. But it's just like a happy birthday celebration to the King of Pop. So I don't know what really should I do for the happy birthday celebration. You know what? I was actually thinking of doing like a Moonwalker. I was thinking of doing like a Moonwalker gameplay on arcade. I was thinking of doing it, but like since my PC has been having so much problems lately, I'm gonna practice. I haven't been doing it yet right now, but I'm gonna plan on doing it later on. Probably either today or probably like later on today or tonight or probably tomorrow. We'll see. But if I don't make the video of the Moonwalker arcade, just let you guys and girls know that I'm prepared for the hurricane. So yeah, that's all. So if I don't post the Moonwalker arcade game, then don't worry. That so today's Michael Jackson's birthday, and he would have been 61 years old, and still a really young age. I mean, he's quite. I mean, 61. It's a little old, but a little too young. I would say it's a little young. But then when he feels like 70, like Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr, that counts as old. So, and yeah, people at the age 78 or 80s, they're still alive, which I'm so glad they are. But Michael Jackson, if you are watching this video or seeing us talking about your birthday, I just want to say to you that I love you, Michael. I just thank you for all of the inspiration in your musics, your dances, pretty much all of your style is will move on to this very day, and I love you, man. I hope your legacy keeps going. I hope your legacy moves on, and I hope your legacy does not be. I hope your legacy will go up one day. That it will make a big comeback. That maybe we will all love. We will all in the world will be just like you, Michael, healing the world and you know saving the children for any other dangers that will happen to them. And Michael Jackson, thank you for what you have done with your music, your moves, your dance moves, and your incredible influence to the world of when you made the world a better place, and I'm so glad you did that. That's so. And just to let you know, Michael Jackson, in the future, I will definitely help for anyone out there who are, for any kids or strangers out there, I will help them no matter what, because that's my pretty much what I should do. But yeah, that's all my words I have to say about Michael, and I hope his spirit is, I hope his spirit is, here at the moment so he can, know how much I love him. But yeah. So Michael Jackson, I've always loved Michael Jackson, and besides, despise all the the problems that was going against him, but I've always loved Michael Jackson no matter what. Even though he had problems, but I will always be on his side because he always like when you're becoming popular, you will always get accused of something. Just just dumb stuff. Whenever you're popular, you will always get a lot of hate or comments or like accused, stuff like that. Well, that's society. That's the society. That's the world we're living in. But yeah, but Michael Jackson, I wasn't a big fan of the Jacksons. Like I wasn't really a big fan of the Jacksons, but I was a fan of himself. Like I was a fan of himself, of his music and his albums for himself. But yeah, I'm always a big fan. I was actually a bigger fan of his later albums than his earlier ones, in my opinion. Because off the wall, I didn't like again. I haven't been getting enough listens because I don't have that CD. But I know a couple of songs on that album, which is "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough" and "She's Out of My Life," "Girlfriend," and "Working Day and Night," and what else? "Rock with You," of course. Those are all the songs so far I know. But yeah, I just gotta listen more of the songs so I can so I can do it like an album review. And Thriller, the most iconic album from Michael, and I love all of the songs. Like especially for first listeners, I loved it. That album. It's so good. His short films along with it is awesome. It's like he's like one of a kind, awesome musicians, artists we've ever gotten from him, or we've ever gotten from the world. But I don't know if we no nowadays artists will never be like him or even compared as him. Because if people out there are trying to compare to him as Michael Jackson, that would be a no brainer. Like, because I don't know, I don't like it when people compare like, oh, nowadays singer is it's beginning a lot of charts, like been breaking the charts since Michael Jackson. Like, don't compare Michael Jackson because if you compare like an artist nowadays compared to Michael Jackson, then you're just pretty much brainwashed. Because when you compare a nowadays artist, they're not as popular as when the artist is back then. Because you will never beat the oldies. You will never beat the original. You will never beat the old artists or the bands that influenced the world. And to be fair, all the musicians back in the day actually helped the world and helped everything. But then nowadays we don't have that anymore. Because nowadays it pretty much shows us how much they're popular they are, which I don't want to hear that. I want to hear their music. I want to hear like what they're like a story behind their songs. I want to hear that. I don't want to hear some, oh, look at me, I'm a artist. Like I don't care about you, I don't care who you are. Just show us how awesome you are and how much you really how much artists or bands influence you. But overall, that's all I had to spit out some a little negative words, but that's fine. But yeah, the Thriller album, I loved it a lot. And the Bad album, next was the Bad album. Oh boy, that album is really good. And even though it has some underrated songs, for Thriller it had one underrated song, which was called "The Lady in My Life." It's a really underrated song. And it's a pretty good song. I haven't been getting a lot of listens, so yeah. It doesn't mean I hated it or don't like it. I like it. It's just, I haven't been getting a lot of listens. For Bad, it has a couple of underrated songs like Liberian Girl. Well, Liberian Girl's a little underrated, but not a whole lot. But yeah, but it's a little underrated. Liberian Girl, it's a little underrated. But just Good Friends, that's a really underrated song. Just Good Friends with Stevie Wonder. Oh, I love Steve Wonder, a really good songwriter. And the music that he made influenced him that can't see anything. And it's awesome, incredibly awesome. I love that guy. But Just Good Friends. And moving on to the albums in the future in the 90s and the early 2000s where I started to love it a lot. And don't get me wrong, I love his 80s and the 70s work, his solo albums, Off the Wall, Through, Bad, I love them. But yeah, but Dangerous, the next album was Dangerous. Oh boy, I freaking love that album. I said freaking, but I love that album, Dangerous. I loved it all the way through. Like, it's just like, some of the songs are really underrated, but man, they don't show, man, this album was like one of the best albums from the 90s too. Like, boy, it was like experience. Because when I listened to the album all the way through, it's like experiencing in the 90s. It's like it pulls you in of like experiences how 90s were back in the day. And next was History, Past, Present, and Future. One of my favorite albums from Michael Jackson. Again, I love that album. Some of their most of their songs are really underrated, but yeah, I love that album so much. Like, show Michael Jackson some love with his underrated songs. Even though if it doesn't give you not a lot of listens, but that's fine. You can like you can like the song, that's fine. But yeah. And the next song, History, Past, Present, Future, one of my favorite albums from Michael Jackson. And like it's so deep, emotional, just upbeat music. Oh man, I love this song or the album. Sorry, it's so upbeat too. Like you gotta listen to History, Past, Present, Future if you haven't yet. It's so good. I know it's emotional and can be a little slow and can go a little long, but that's how it was back then. You can't just talk trash about how CDs were back then or music's how it was back then. But the next album was Blood on the Dance Floor, History in a Mix, which it's my least favorite Michael Jackson album. Hear me out. Hear me out. Sure, I'm not going to say this is a terrible album. I'm not going to say none of those stuff. Because it's really not. Because it has 5 original songs from Michael Jackson, which are the songs Blood on the Dance Floor, Morphine, Superfly Sister, Ghost, and Is It Scary songs. Those are all the songs they have on the album. I'm not even making that up or joking. But throughout the rest of the album, it's just basically remix. Like, it's just touching Michael Jackson's songs from History, Past, Present, Future songs and tap it into that Blood on the Dance for History in the mix while remixing them, which is a dumb idea. I mean, I know all artists are supposed to remix their albums. I get that, but it's just like, don't just like, change, don't get the songs that make that don't like touch the songs that are emotional and powerful and then remixing them, because that just what's called losing power or losing magic of what made the original songs really good. And overall, we can't like, because then we're gonna start talking a little negative, and then we can't like listen to these songs. I mean, it's your thing, but if you don't want to listen to the songs anymore, well, I mean, that's your thing. But I listen to the old original songs from Michael Jackson. Even though it's a remix, I never even listen to the remix because if you guys and girls don't know that I despise remix, because like remix songs, because they're basically just like different. And I know different is sometimes good, sometimes it's bad, but like when they remix like songs that are powerful, like Earth Song, You Are Not Alone, like why remixing the songs? I don't get it. But I mean, I get it, but it's just like why remixing the songs that we all loved and had powerful meanings into it, and then making it less exciting. But anyway, that's all my complaints about the album. But it's my least favorite album. I don't hated it. I don't despise it. But the only thing I liked from the album was the first 5 original songs from him, Michael Jackson, and it's awesome. Is it scary? Because I know you guys and girls already seen my video before that ranking Blood on the Dance Floor album to my least favorite to most or the worst to best, or mostly it's gonna be least favorite to favorite, stuff like that. But yeah, I rank all the remixes lower because they're just not original. Not only because they're not original songs, but just like those are the songs that they just touch on the catchy songs and slow songs, and then remixing it and making it upbeat, which is dumb. But that's just my opinion. But then, because recently I was going to put Is It Scary, because in the video I made was I put Morphine number 1 because it was one of my favorite songs and it's so powerful. I was thinking of putting Is It Scary number 1 because not only it's so catchy, but it has like a good piano playing too. I loved it. And don't get me wrong, I love Morphine's song because it had a great guitarist, which is Slash from Guns N' Roses. Boy, I freaking love Guns N' Roses. Sorry, man, Slash kicks butt. Love that guy. But yeah, but I was gonna put, I don't know, Morphine and Is It Scary songs are like, Morphine and Is It Scary are my favorite songs from that album. Don't get me wrong, I like Blood on the Dance Floor, Ghost, and Superfly Sister. I love the 3 songs. But I preferred Is It Scary and Morphine because, like, mostly because they're not only catchy, but it has really deep meaning. It's so powerful that it may make you emotional, but I just loved it. But yeah, fun fact, if you probably don't know this, but Is It Scary song was actually the original. Michael Jackson recorded that song first, not the Ghost. Is It Scary? He recorded this, I think it was 1993, I believe. He recorded that song for the Addams Family Values movies, but it canceled due to allegation, the problems that he faced. Let's just say that because YouTube has to go against me. But yeah, because due to the Michael Jackson's problem that he has to go facing against in the '90s at the time, they decided to put off. And "Is a Scary Song" was almost complete. The music or the short film was almost completed, but then it was rejected. So he had to make a song "Ghost." But even though is it, and another thing you probably don't know either, "Is It Scary" and "Ghosts," both of them have a little same lyrics at the beginning and the same stuff. But they're both are different songs. But just some of them parts have the same lyrics, but little same lyrics. Not the whole songs are the same lyrics. But "Is a Scary Song" was actually the first song. It's supposed to be Ghost song, but it wasn't because he wanted to make that song for the Adams Family Values, which I love the Adams Family movies. The Adams Family movies, like you can't go wrong with those movies. Like the first one was awesome. Second one was still a good movie. The Adams Family movie, and the Adams Family Values, really both classic movies. I loved it. Especially the cast, they were really good. I love the part where I love like in the Adams Family Values, even though they didn't want to put the "It's a Scary Song," they actually had him in a cameo in that. Well, not a cameo, but they showed a picture of him. So I will say a cameo kind of, but it's kind of confusing at the same time when they don't put his song "Is It Scary" on the movie, but then they put him in the movie, which like they put him Michael Jackson Healed the World, which was confusing at the same time. It's so confusing. I don't even get it. But yeah, that's part I never get it. Why they never included the song because it has him in it, but why not the song? I mean, sure, it was because in Free Willy movie, it actually had one song from the Dangerous album, which was "Will You Be There?" And I mean, even though he didn't, I don't think he cameoed in that movie, but it's still a good movie. Not because Michael Jackson is in it, no, because it actually had a good story, had good characters, and the interaction between the boy and the whale, like the way Roger Ebert says it. Let's take a look against a boy and a whale. And Gene Siskel, dude, oh my god, Gene Siskel. Because if you guys don't know, Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert, they're both for the famous critics and will always be the famous critics, and nobody will never top them up of their best critics we've ever got in the world. Because Gene Siskel passed away at a young age, and and he passed away really soon in 1999. And Roger Ebert passed away, I think it was 2013, I believe. Or, yeah, I think it was 2013. But sadly, that it was true. But I remember seeing a video of Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert review Free Willy 1 movie. And Gene Siskel is like, wow, he is messed up for what he said. After Roger Ebert said, "We're going to take a look on a film about a boy and a whale." And Gene Siskel said, "Hey, that describes our relationship." Wow. That part was messed up. That's terrible. Well, not in a bad way, but that's messed up. He said that to Roger Ebert. Gene Siskel is something else. I love that guy. But yeah, I miss Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert. I love them. I miss them so much too. But yeah, but the next album Michael Jackson made. So Gene Siskel passed away in the 1999. I was right. And he actually passed away at the age of 53 at the cause of death, which was I keep forgetting. I know it was like I keep forgetting like the oh yeah, that's right. He had a brain tumor. That's what it was. Because I was gonna say I know it starts with a B. I know it's brain tumor. It's a brain tumor. Roger Ebert on the other hand passed away, which no critics will never top Roger Ebert or Gene Siskel. They're memorable. I love them. I know it's a little off topic, but you gotta at least because they both did a review on Michael Jackson film, which was they reviewed Free Willy 1. So yeah, Roger Ebert actually passed away at the age of 70. It's a pretty old age, but at least he lived longer than the others people that live, because not a lot of people can live that long. But yeah, his cause of death was because I don't know. Most of the times I always forget like their deaths. To tell you the truth, I always forget their because I always forget like I don't know. I was gonna say I always forget what was the cause of death because he passed away in 2013. Just to let you guys and girls know, he passed away in 2013. Just to let you know. he actually had a thyroid cancer. I found out he had a thyroid cancer. I actually remember seeing it on the news, and dude, that struck me. It shocked me that because I known him back then. I know a little about him, but I've seen him and I was like, dang, it's sad. But off topic, I'm sorry, but let's get into the Michael Jackson. But Michael Jackson's the next album he made after Blood and the Death for History in the Mix, he kind of recovered from that, which was Invincible album. Even though he didn't really fully recover from that album, but it did pretty well in the charts. To tell you the truth, it did pretty well in the charts, especially some of the singles like Butterflies, You Rock My World, of course, everybody's favorite song when it comes to the 2000s era from Michael Jackson. Butterflies, I think I already said Butterflies. Speechless, by the way, Speechless, really good song. And if you have not yet, check out my my ranking of Michael Jackson's Invincible ranking, like the songs track by track, ranking it worst to best. But like I say, when I put the title called worst to best, I'm always gonna say least favorite to favorite because there's no bad Michael Jackson song. But yeah, that's why. Because I know you're gonna be like, but why don't you put least favorite to favorite? Because it's not being specific on your like videos. When you put like least favorite to favorite, then you're just being a little, not only being honest. Well, that's just my opinion. But when you're being honest and then you're not being specific on the videos, and not a lot of people will go onto the video like, stuff like that. But when you put worst to best, it's definitely specific, and not only that, but like, it can make viewers go in. That's just me. It could be me, but yeah. Yeah, Invincible album. I love that album. That was actually probably my number 2 favorite. Second favorite album from Michael Jackson. Thriller is my number 1 favorite album from them, from Michael Jackson. So I just want to say, Michael Jackson, I hope you are watching this, and I just want to say, happy birthday to you, Michael Jackson. And oh yeah, by the way, remember what I said about the Michael Jackson's "Get Your Weight Off of Me" snippet? Where I said at the moment where I'm guessing the snippet. Remember at the video where I said that the snippet was gonna be? I was thinking it could be released on his birthday. The snippet, the "Get Your Weight Off of Me" song, which was, if you guys and girls don't know, it's a song that was recorded in the Invincible era, 2000 through 2001, and yeah. And yeah, so far we're getting closer to know how to "Get Your Weight Off of Me" song sounds like. So yeah, I am probably missing out, but if there is a "Get Your Weight Off of Me" another snippet for his birthday celebration, which I would not doubt if there is today, because I am just slow today. I am stay away from not social media, but I was staying away from internet pretty much. Well, not internet, but I've been staying away. I've been hanging out with my families more, stuff like that. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing, and especially because this weekend we're gonna have like a hurricane. So be aware that I'm not gonna make videos this weekend or even on Monday. So just let you know. So yeah, don't worry. This is just a little just a little, not only a birthday celebration of Michael Jackson, but it's also my heads up of what's gonna happen to me in the future. So. Hope we can pass the hurricane, and I will update you guys and girls about it. So, excuse me. So, my final words about Michael Jackson, since he is turning 61 years old, even though he passed away at the young age of 50. But yeah, I just want to say to you, Michael Jackson, I love you, man. Thank you for all of your musics and your songwriting. To like, even though you didn't write some of the songs, but that's okay. I love your songs and I love the way you sing them. But not only that, but I love your like talent, and I love it when you not only you did a really good job on writing the songs about not only the world that's going on, but I love it. I love you for what you've done. Like I love it. Like I am proud of you for standing up against the crazy people that's still does that today, but I'm always going to defend you, Michael Jackson. I just want to say to you, man, I love you. If whenever you're watching this, just want to let you know, stay strong. We all moonwalkers are going to keep moonwalking no matter what. I know it might kind of sound pretty weird, but hey, that's Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson made the moonwalk, But if you guys and girls enjoyed the video, my birthday celebration of Michael Jackson, like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends and family. My social media are in the description, so you guys can follow me there, and especially the updates of what's going on. But yeah, I will see you in the next video. Change the world. Peace and love. And also, rock on! Happy birthday to you, Michael.